Hey, can everybody hear me? Okay, that's good. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. I can't hear anybody. Somebody say something.
Hello, James.
Okay, all right. My volume was low on my computer. Okay, thank you.
I don't know if you had a chance to see the email I just sent you a few minutes ago, but the Public Safety Committee is currently meeting, and the Kelly Hotel presented for their liquor license and were approved for the consent agenda for next week, even though they hadn't been to the neighborhood. I emailed Hunter Williams about that.
Okay, yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to look, but yeah, like I told her, I said I can't promise anything, but feel free to jump on if you can, just to talk about it. So definitely not going to improve anything dealing with the hotel tonight. Let's see. All right. I guess we can go ahead and get started. I want to try to share my screen, so y'all just bear with me for a moment. I'm running behind today. But welcome everybody to the Central City Neighborhood Meeting, of course, our regular scheduled time, Tuesday, August the 17th, 2021. Hopefully I sent out the meeting minutes. I think it was maybe Sunday or Saturday. Hopefully everybody had an opportunity to look at them. Were there any questions about the minutes? And again, the minutes just look so awesome and so elegant. I just really appreciate Lou for stepping up to the plate. I know you're gonna have to tell me to be quiet, man. I'm gonna give you props every meeting. So I really appreciate you stepping up to the plate and helping us out with the meeting minutes. With that being said, if there is not anything else, no questions about the meeting minutes. I guess, can I have a motion on the floor to approve the minutes that were sent out a couple days ago? If there are no questions.
So moved.
All right, done. The second, anybody? Second, anybody?
I'll second.
Okay, all right. So all in favor of the meeting minutes as sent out a couple days ago? Well, like I always say, anybody opposed to accepting the meeting minutes? All right. Thank you all. So that passes. So let's just jump right in. Of course, to the committee reports. I'm going to share my screen here shortly to pull up the agenda. But do we have anybody on from the Birmingham Public Library? All right, we will, usually they are on the call, so I give them another opportunity later on. Do we have anybody on from the Birmingham Police Department?
We got Sergeant Ingram from North Precinct.
Hey, how you doing, Sergeant Ingram? You doing okay?
Yes, sir. Yourself?
We're doing pretty good, just trying to stay hydrated and cool. So if you have anything for us, just go ahead and jump right in. The floor is yours.
Right now, I don't have any stats or anything. I'm just here for y'all concerns and anything I need to know about and how can we help y'all.
Okay. Any questions for North Precinct? I do see Velma, she's on. I give her an opportunity to speak in a little bit. But anything for our sergeant? Well, I guess I just have a general question. Like, of course, the exhibition driving is a big topic for the last for a while. Do you have any stats or do you have any feedback as far as like tickets being handed out or any accidents or just anything that you can share around that topic?
We do keep the stats, but I'm not over the stats. I'll get with the lieutenant and I'll make sure I have them for you, the next go around, or you can give me a call. I can contact you. We
Okay.
do keep up with the tickets and well, I don't know about the accidents and the arrest and the towing, but I don't have them right now.
Okay. Okay. Any more questions? I guess what I'll do is, if you could follow up with me. Well, I get with you. I'm gonna give you my. Do you have my email address?
No, I don't. Go
Okay.
ahead,
Do you
give it
have
to me.
access to the chat on here? Can you see the chat?
No, I'm on my mobile phone.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I see. Is this your number? Was it 6402?
No, mine is 205-790-5498. That's my cell.
Okay. I'm just gonna text you my email address. I would like to know some of the stats of kind of, what we're doing to deter some of the, which I don't think it hadn't been bad as far as like the exhibition driving here recently. I do still hear things, but I would like to know some type of stats or, what you all are doing so that I can share with the
Okay.
neighborhood. Okay.
Will do.
All right. Thank you so much. Velma, do you have anything?
Good evening. I have a couple of things I'd like to share with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. And just
Okay,
just for the, there may be some new people on. So just, just introduce yourself and kind of let everybody know what your position.
Right, right. I'm Velma Williams Small, and I am the crime prevention officer for the North Precinct. And as Mr. Sullivan said, I'm relatively new. I started in April, so we're still all getting to know each other. My role is to try to keep you informed of some of the things that's happening in the crime area to help you be aware of things that you can do to help prevent crime for your person and or your property. And I will also share information in the form of announcements with you. So this afternoon, I want to share with you that the Birmingham Public Works is hiring for refuse collectors, and they will have an opportunity to apply this coming Friday, August the 20th, or Saturday, August the 21st, at the Birmingham Crossplex. If you know anyone who is interested in working for the city as a refuse collector. Also, that if you would like to be a vendor for the World Games, then there will be a virtual meeting on Tuesday, August 24th at 1:30. And for more information and where to go register, you can contact City Hall. Okay, those are my two announcements for today. And I have a special announcement that's coming up tomorrow from 10 to noon at the Revelator Coffee Company downtown on 3rd Avenue. The North Precinct will have an event which is free to the public called Coffee with a Cop. This is an opportunity for all citizens to come and meet the officers of the North Precinct. And sometimes we may have special visitors. Last time we had the police chief. So you never know who might drop by. So come by and have a good cup of coffee tomorrow between the hours of 10 and noon and ask any question that you may have or share information with the police on how they can better serve. So that's tomorrow from 10 to 2 at the Revelator Coffee Company at 1826 3rd Avenue North. Also, my crime prevention tip for today is what a homeowner should know. One, you need to have the eyes of a burglar. Walk around your property and look for weaknesses such as sliding doors, such as windows that are not properly locked, such as broken glass. Or are there weapons laying around your house, such as large rocks or loose bricks that can be used as a weapon to enter your home? You want to also make sure that you have everything locked up, windows, doors. And for those of you with pets, please make sure that your pet doors are not big enough for a person to get through. And that includes a small person. You would be surprised how people use children. Don't hide keys outside your house. Everybody knows the hiding spots, in the eaves, in that fake frog. We know that's a fake frog. We know it's a key in there, okay? So don't hide keys. And in your mailbox, don't leave your mail in your boxes too long. And be careful of the information that you put on your mailbox and on your plaques outside your home. Names of everyone who lives there. Today is a special day. It's our birthday. So, be careful of the information that you're giving the public. And then, of course, keep your home illuminated and make those lights be lights that are either on a timer or that you change periodically, because if you're being cased, people notice patterns. And if that same light is on all the time, then when you're gone, then they know you're happy. They know that you're not at home. The best tip is to get to know your neighbors. The best thing you can do is start a neighborhood watch so you all can watch out for each other, and everybody will kind of be able to call the police when something looks out of sort. And I'd be happy to discuss starting a neighborhood watch with you if there's anyone interested in developing one. That's my report for this evening. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
Okay, yeah, I would definitely be interested in starting a neighborhood watch just to get the information, of course, and to potentially have something like that in the downtown Central City area. So I would definitely be reaching out to you about that. I know in the past we talked about team captains for, I'm not sure if that's the same, but
It is.
okay. Okay, so yeah, definitely I want to get some documentation on, I guess, on paper so that we can distribute it to the neighborhood for people who may be interested. And also Coffee with the Cop, I had an opportunity to stop by last time. We really appreciate the North Precinct, and I did miss Chief Smith. I think he had just left by the time that I got there, but I think it's important that we build the relationships between, of course, the people who stay down here, your residents, and with the police department, because if you build that relationship, I think people will, let's say, be more welcoming to talking to police officers when things may occur. They're more open to share information. So I do think it's important that we continue this Coffee with the Cop. So I would encourage, the residents to, if, stop by if you have an opportunity to during the day. Like I said, Revelator is on 3rd Avenue, right there near, I think it's near the, Lyric and the Alabama Theater. So in that area, that block, right across from near McWayne, possibly. I don't know, but I promise you I am good with directions though, but on 3rd. So if you have an opportunity, make sure you check them out, okay? And then I do see a hand raised. Donna, do you have anything for Velma or the North Precinct?
Yes. Hey, Velma. Yeah, I think the Coffee with the Cop is great, and but it's like we get last minute notification. I know last time we only found out, like, I think we got the notification on the police department's alert they send out, and like just finding out today. Is there a way that, because people have to make plans, that we could know before, like, last minute? Because I would love to go, but the 2 times it's been at the last minute and I couldn't make arrangements to go. So I think it'd be great if there was a way for us to know when things are happening, if we could get notice ahead of time.
Don, I'll speak on that first, Velma. Velma, she sends out the notifications. I do receive them. I try to send them out. I try to post them on Nextdoor, of course, Facebook. I really don't send a lot of the emails. I try to hold back on the emails just for the meeting notifications. But how would you like to receive them? Because that's kind of will be my responsibility as well. Like, how would you personally want to receive them?
I like getting the emails, and it makes me aware, because our website, our Facebook page is not up to date. There's something wrong with it for City Central. But I just think it would be good, because people can't just, like, maybe they could talk to their boss, get off work, and just say, I want to go do this, so that we can get such a stronger sense of community.
Okay. All right. I'll take an action item for myself personally to make sure I check the Facebook page, make sure I thought everything was okay with it, but I'm glad you shared that. I may need to take another look at that. But
James,
yeah,
James, if I could ask Ms. Small if there is a regular schedule for these, like the third Wednesday of the month, then, you know, we would know to look for it at that point.
Okay, we have them scheduled for the third Wednesday of each month up through October. September will be at the Elyton Hotel downtown. And October will be at the JCCEO in the Greymont area. Those announcements, flyers have already been posted with the neighborhood association leaders. We try to get them out as soon as possible. This week, it should have been posted on Facebook through the Birmingham Police Department. And again, sent out to the neighborhood leadership. If there is another form of communication that you all would like to use, I would be happy to use that platform. I'm just not aware of it. So help me help you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, just knowing that it's the third Wednesday of the month helps a lot.
Okay. So remember, this month is Revelator Coffee Company, which is tomorrow. Next month, which is September, will be at the Elyton Hotel downtown. And in October, it will be at the JCCEO. Okay?
Somebody needs to mute.
yes. Thank you. I was about to say that. All right, thank you.
All
very
right,
much.
thank you.
All right, thank you so much for the report. Donna, did you have another question, or do your hands need to go down, I guess? I just want to be sure. Okay. All right. I want to thank the North Precinct and the community liaison, Velma, for her update. Let's move on to, let's see. Do we have anybody on from Public Works? Guess I need to follow back up with them. The fire department. They used to have a flawless record, so maybe I'll follow back up with Public Works and fire department. I think I saw Kim on the call, City of Birmingham, Councilor O'Quinn's office. The floor is yours.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. As President Sullivan just said, my name is Kim Phillips, and I'm the Health and Community Liaison for Councilor O'Quinn. I will put our contact information in the chat so we don't take up too much time. I did want to share with you all your bulk trash pickup dates are August 27th and August 30th. I know that the Department of Public Works has been behind sometimes with these pickups lately. There is about 10% of the department that has been affected by COVID. So we appreciate your patience, but also please call 311 to report if something has not been picked up, whether it's late or it's been missed, and that way they know where to come back to do those collections. I see that Mr. Keating is on the agenda to follow up from the transportation town hall. So I'm happy that we were able to arrange that and to have some representation. I'm not sure if he is on the call, but hope that they are here and able to answer some more of your questions and address some of you all's concerns. And the last thing that I wanted to share was, I'm not sure if you all are aware of this nonprofit. It's called Space 111. And it's a nonprofit that Councilor O'Quinn has partnered with for the last 3 years. They offer free art classes for underserved youth and other residents in Birmingham, and they are located on 2nd Avenue North. So I just wanted to make you all aware of that organization, and I will share some contact information in the chat if perhaps the neighborhood association wants to partner with that group or anyone else privately is interested in reaching out to them. And right now, if you all have any questions or concerns, I can take those now.
Kimberly, can you give me the dates of the bulk pickup again, please?
Yes, sir. It's August 27th and the 30th.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, any more questions for Kimberly, Counselor O'Quinn's office? Yeah, I've had the opportunity, to talk with Cheryl at Space 111. They're a good organization. They've been doing good work for a while. So if you have an opportunity to check them out, they're right across from the gallery lofts on 2nd and maybe 24th. So please check them out. They're always willing to help, have great summer programming as well. Let's see, Donna, you have a question?
Yeah, just for us to be able to share about if we know kids in need or that might need assistance to go to those classes, who do we refer them to? I think it's a great thing.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm gonna put the CEO and the number. There's a website as well. And I believe it is an email address that I can put in the chat if you are interested or you know somebody that you'd like to put in contact with them.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you, Kim.
Yes, sir.
All right, okay, I'm gonna jump. I did get Mr. Tichelli to jump on the call. So I think he was in the middle of something. So I'm gonna give him an opportunity to first, Ed, are you on? Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay, there you go. As you know, I think somebody, could have been Lou, had a question about the American Red Cross building and the development. So I was had an action item to reach out to Mr. Tichelli and just explain to the neighborhood or talk to the neighborhood kind of like what's going on, if you had any questions for him, and he can answer them. So at this time, I think, Ed, you can just kind of start from, who you are and what you're doing and what your plans are for the American Red Cross building. And I think that's is it on 4th and 20, something 4th? If you have the address on the top of your head, maybe you want to share that as well. All right.
Sure. It's actually 2225 3rd Avenue North.
Okay.
And it's exactly 1 block away from the American Life building. And it was so nice that you mentioned the gallery lofts, because I actually built that building and I won an award from the city in 2007 for that project. That's a very cool little area right there. It's so nice that I heard someone's business is there. Very cool. I'll just tell you real quick a little brief overview about the American Red Cross building. It's the sister building to the American Life building, and the American Life building we just completed in October 140 naturally occurring affordable housing units. As a matter of fact, today, within 9 months, we've leased out 138 of those units. So we have 2 left. And what we're going to do now is the last week of August, we will begin demo and abatement at the former American Red Cross building, where we will create another 192 units of naturally occurring affordable housing. And also with that, we have some social impact programs that are very cool and very dear to my heart. Carrie Pruitt and her graduates of Dannon will join us there. I have given her 5 units for a 10-year lease for free for her graduates. And I'm doing a lot of good work with the Birmingham Public Library. I just had a mentorship program with Tuskegee University, and they joined us for a little stint. They will, in the future, join up with us on a full-time basis, where they will receive college credit in their industrial arts and construction science program. And they will mentor with my team and my construction guys in the development of the building all the way to the certificate of occupancy. We also have some space that is dedicated to the Birmingham Public Library outreach facility, And that'll be like a resource center for technology and all kinds of really wonderful things that the library has to offer. Let's see. Oh, and then I'm going to hopefully start my I call it my transitional veterans program, where I will sponsor 4 veterans every 4 months, and they will go across to Carey's workforce training program and study over there. They will study a trade, and they'll graduate in about 10 weeks. Then they will join the workforce. Carey helps them get a job, and then they'll save a little bit of money, and at the end of their 4th month, they will go into the world and take on their own destiny. So those are the kinds of things that I'm very interested in, and that are, as I said, very dear to my heart. In addition to building apartment units that are affordable. So that's the deal. It should start. We should crank up the last week of August, and then within 15, 16 months, you will see the place, start to rent out. One more thing. We do a real good, cool thing that's also very cool. Mr. Bell and I, we do the BCIA, and we had 43% disadvantaged contractors, which is very cool. And we also have a woman-owned construction team, Wyatt Builds. So we try to really encompass everybody that we can to make this community project really a part of the community. So that's my deal. If you need to ask me a question, I'll try to answer it.
Ed, can I ask, you were talking about the veterans. Are these going to be residents, or is this an external program to the Red Cross development?
Well, it's something that I kind of came up with on my own. I was up late. Why I don't sleep so much. So I was up late watching this program about how we have in the United States about 40,000 veterans that are having, challenges transitioning, right? And so I'm sitting there thinking about it, and I called Carey on the phone after the program the next day, and I said, I was watching this program. I said, what if I donate 2 of my apartments, and I have these guys and gals come in, and we try this pilot program. I said, what do you think about it? She goes, Eddie, I think that would just be so wonderful. And I was thinking about it. I could do 12 a year, right? 4 every 4 months. So 12 a year. And if it catches on, I'm not the only little guy with like an apartment building. Maybe another person, gives up 2 apartments, and another person gives up 2 apartments. And like, in the United States, we have 200 buildings. Everybody does 12 people. Well, there's over half of our veterans that we at least give a helping hand. So yeah, it'll be inside the building. They'll come and stay with us, and they'll kind of graduate. And, Carey will train them. They can take welding or all the other courses over there that she offers, and get job placement.
You or me?
All right, thank you. Yeah, just like I said, I've worked with Ed, like he had mentioned, the mentorship program with the Birmingham Public Library. I mean, I was so excited. And Mr. Davis with the transit bus, we're transitioning one of those old buses into a bookmobile. And a lot of people, well, I wouldn't say a lot of people, but people, when they think of bookmobile, they thinking like, why are we doing that? Well, this bookmobile is going to be state of the art. It's going to be able to go to neighborhoods, and you have Wi-Fi, and the people in the neighborhood can log on and complete resume writing, whatever you want to do, apply for jobs. So that's where I first met Mr. Tichelli. So I appreciate his love for the community and everything he's doing. And I'm really grateful that he took out some time out of his busy day to jump on a call. Are there any more questions for him before we let him go?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah. We're the Cons, and we live directly across the lane from the Red Cross building. and we just have a couple questions. The
Okay.
first one is,
Sure.
where is the parking for this building going to be? And the second question is related to garbage pickup. We already have 3 very large bins in the lane right now that make it difficult at different times of the day for cars to go up and down. And we're wondering how you're going to handle the garbage pickup for that building.
Those are very good questions. Let me address the parking situation first. I actually have 2 lots. I own the one adjacent to the building. That's mine. And then I also have a lease from Mr. Crook across the street. That one. So I have maybe 50 spaces in mine. And then across the street, I got another 50 spaces. And then the Birmingham Parking Authority entered into an agreement with me for about another 150 spaces. And I forgot to mention, we are going to be the first little building downtown that will offer a concierge parking service. So for the people that park in the lot, you know, we're going to have a guy, you know, that knows and gets your car or takes you to your car on a golf cart. It's kind of cool. So that's the parking part of it. And then as far as our garbage service, we have kind of a cool thing that we started at American Life. It's pretty cool. We have a valet garbage service, and our garbage guys come in every night. They come in probably about 8 o'clock, and they empty all of the garbage in the units. So you just basically give them your garbage, and you don't have to worry about it. That's one of the amenities we have in our communities. We will have a small dumpster, but that dumpster will be part of the parking lot, the adjacent lot, that will not interfere with any kind of alley access whatsoever. We're a pretty good neighbor.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
This is Justina. I do have a question. I have been to the American Life building and toured it, and I wonder with this, the new building of apartments, will these have closet space in them?
Oh,
And-
my goodness.
And also, will you have some rent-controlled apartments in this particular building?
Well, let me talk to you about that. So first of all, we are going to have closets. So in this building, we're going to have some nice closets. Everybody gets a closet. You know, it's so funny, you know, when I built the gallery lofts, because I lived in New York City for 26 years, you know, and it was a very different kind of living situation. So we just had a lot of loft apartments, and I tried to replicate that. And then the first thing that people would say when they came in, they go, "Man, you don't have any closets here." I go, "Oh, just go get a wardrobe from IKEA." So anyway, for sure though, the American Red Cross, every unit will have a closet, which is very cool. And then speaking to the rent control apartments, we are not a, let me think how to say this. You know, I don't get any kind of government subsidies. You know, I don't get LIHTC credits or any kind of stuff like that. You know, basically anyone can live in our building. You don't have to qualify for it, blah, 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 whatsoever. So all of the subsidies that we have are basically sponsor subsidies. And I do these deals where I get, you know, the federal historic tax credits and the state historic tax credits, those kinds of things. And most developers, what they do, they love those deals because they just take that money and they put it in their pocket. Well, what we do, or my little team does, is we take the tax credits and we monetize them, and we buy down the mortgage with it so that we can offer what HUD terms naturally occurring affordable housing. So we don't have the rent control like you know you're speaking of, but we have under market rates rents that are at least 30% under the market right now. I've been looking at, and to that effect, You know, I have been looking in Birmingham to do an affordable housing project that's like a real affordable hard housing project. And I looked at this school that was not too far away from us. And they've been toying with, you know, letting me do that project. That is one of the things that I really want to do. And I'm hopeful that one day they'll find me a location that I can just go at it and we can do a real affordable housing project with LIHTC credits.
Thank you for answering the question.
All right, thank you.
Yes,
We have,
ma'am.
let's get one more question. I do see one in the chat that said, will the building be for low income disabled, or will it be a $900 a month rent? I am on disability and I can't afford to pay $900 a month. I think you kind of touched on that, but do you have anything additional to add to that? Yeah.
You know, no, I mean, basically what we have, and you know, the rents are the rents. Since I am like a private guy, you know, we try to make the rents as cheap as we can make them, you know, to build the building. If it weren't for the tax credits, you know, there'd be no way we could even build a building. So I'm trying to offer the rents as cheaply as I can. You know, it's just where we are right now in the world. I am looking forward to doing this project. If they let me do it at the school you mentioned a little while ago, I would love to do that project there and offer that kind of housing. So unfortunately, our cheapest rent's about like $850, $900.
All right. Well, thank you all. And Ed, thank you for joining the call. If there are some additional questions, please just email me and I will get the questions answered for you. I put my email address in the chat, which is sullivanAjames@gmail.com, or you can text me at 334-220-4054. All right, Ed, thank you for joining, man. And you don't have to stay on. If you want to jump off, you can. And I appreciate you joining us.
Thanks, guys. You guys have a wonderful evening. Good night.
All right, thank you. All right, so back to the open reports. Birmingham Public Library. I'm sorry. I thought did I see Karyn jump on?
Yes, you did. Hi.
Hey,
How's it going?
How are you?
Hey,
Pretty
I'm
good.
pretty good.
Good. Yeah.
Hey, just a few things I want to mention. Just reminder to everyone that the library is open. We're Monday through Saturdays, 10 until 6 o'clock p.m. The only one thing that has kind of changed recently is being that we are a city building, we do require that you have a mask when you come in. But besides that, everything else is the same. Also want to let people know that we are having a book sale that actually started today, and it's going to end on the 19th. So it's going to be 3 days, and the book sale is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if you come into our first floor in our grand reading room area, that's where you'll see oodles and oodles of books at great prices. So please try to attend that at some point before the sale's over. Again, you have all day tomorrow, 10 to 5, and Thursday the same, 10 to 5. Okay, also just want to remind everyone too that the library currently has a number of jobs that are available. And so if you go to our webpage, which is cobpl.org, and then go to the right-hand side, the drop-down menu, and look for jobs, you will see a number of jobs, full and part-time, that the library has. So please, if you know people who are interested, if you're interested yourself, please check that out. Okay, and I think that's about it. Does anyone have any questions for me? All righty. Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you for jumping on. And just like everywhere, almost everybody's hiring, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to find work, so that I've been hearing. But thank you for the update, and be safe, and I'll see you soon.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you. Do we have anybody on from ALDOT?
You too, Mr. Sullivan. Good evening, Mr. Sullivan and Central City Neighborhood. You have Sharon back from a wonderful July vacation. And you have Miss Crockett, who is also on. So I really did miss being at your meeting last month, but I'm happy to be back. But honestly speaking, I was in Seattle, Washington, who has not had rain for 45 days, and it was beautiful. So, but glad to be back and to give you an update on what's going on with ALDOT. Actually, in checking with my coworkers and Ms. Crockett, City Walk is progressing. I think according to the contract, we are actually a year out from completion of everything for City Walk. Hopefully everything will be completed in June. However, contractually, everything must be completed by August of 2022. Other than that, we don't have any complications or anything going on. I don't know if you all have had any complications or any issues, and I'm willing to take any questions that you have at this point concerning City Walk or any projects as far as ALDOT is concerned in the downtown area, touching Central City neighborhood. And if so, at this moment, I'll entertain that.
Dog
Sounds
bark.
great. Okay. What was that, Lou?
Dog park.
Dog bark.
Dog park will guarantee is guaranteed to be finished by this time next year. Probably by June, but definitely by August. How about that?
If that's the best you can do.
All right. Well, thank you so much for the update. Like I said, every time I ride down that way, I always, see the construction and the building and putting down grass in the City Walk. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't have a dog. I do like pets though, but it's kind of interesting to watch other people with pets. And so Lou, I may be watching you with your pet.
Well, Mr. Sullivan, there's going to be so much more for you to enjoy on those 10 blocks that you won't even think about that one block because you don't have a pet. So
I may pick up a skateboard.
From 15th up to 25th, there's going to be quite an array of things to enjoy.
Okay, well, looking forward to it. Any more questions for Ms. Long before we move on? 6:43, I try to stay within the hour. So next we have, do we have anybody from Rev on the call?
Hey, James, it's Rob here.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Yep. Oh, I'm pretty good. Just a quick update for everyone. Next week, we have Sidewalk Film Festival kicking off, and we are working with Sidewalk in the city of Birmingham to create an experience called Sidewalk Street Walk. And what that will be is that will take up one of the lanes or a flex lane on 20th Street. We'll open it up to, multimodal and walkers and just kind of allow everyone walking to and from the venues next week to have a little bit more space and kind of create a little bit of a larger area where they can walk and people can, ride their bikes safely and everything like that. And that will start Friday and run to Sunday evening and wrap up when Sidewalk wraps up. So that's really the only big update we've got this week. So if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to take them.
Rob, which streets is that going to be on where you're going to block the lane?
It's just going to be one lane on 20th Street. It's going to be, on the southbound lane. We're going to take the flex lane that you see on between 1st and 3rd, and we're just going to continue it up to Park Place. And we're just going to use some, temporary paint to kind of mark that off. There will be some cones and barricades preventing people from driving in that particular lane. I believe there's also Eating the Streets going on that weekend as well to kind of complement Sidewalk. So I'm not sure it will affect traffic on 20th too much, but I just wanted to give the neighborhood kind of an update.
All right. Thank you so much, man. You enjoy the rest of your evening. I don't think we have any more questions for Rails. Well, I do. I just general. How has CAP been going, and like any update with that? Just curious.
No new update with CAP. We are at 19 ambassadors right now, and we are trying to get up to 24. But as everyone knows, we're not immune to any of the hiring challenges that other companies have been facing. So we have, I feel like for every 5 ambassadors we hire, we probably have 2 or 3 that end up realizing that cleaning up trash or picking or cleaning up human waste or something may not quite be for them. So we're kind of taking a few steps forward and a couple steps back, it feels like, every week. But right now we're at 19 ambassadors, and our plans to get to 24. We also have some plans in place to draw in maybe a higher quality ambassador. We're looking at some different plans with hourly pay and things like that may help us attract some more experienced ambassadors. So we're trying to toy around with that a little bit, but for the most part, I think things are going well considering the circumstances.
All right. Thank you for that. No more questions. I think we can move on. Now, did I miss anybody on open reports? I think I pretty much touched on everybody. No items to be approved. Like I said, I got a call yesterday, like late yesterday, from someone, I think trying to open a hotel or something. I'm trying to look through my email. Lauren, no, that's not her, but she didn't send the information that I requested. So I'm not sure if she's on the call. Lauren, are you on the call? Oh, it's not Lauren. Okay, I'm sorry. Lou, do you remember her name? I'm looking through the email now. Let's see. But I'll look through my email a little later, but I want to move on to the next topic before, and then we can go back to that just to double check to make sure she's not on the call. Of course, Alex Keating, he's with VO. We had the town hall last week. Was it last week? I don't know, my days are crazy. And he pretty much answered a lot of questions, showed up, and I invited him to this meeting because we did have some follow-up questions and information that was requested from the town hall. So, and one that I remember is the data about the numbers of hours of joyriding compared to the actual numbers of hours going from point A to point B. So if Alex, are you on the call, or anybody, any representative from VO? Okay. Now, during that time, right after the town hall, I told him I would be following up with him, and he said that it may not be him that would be able to get the information, but he would reach out to the person or the team member that can get the information. So once I will follow back up with him in a couple of days or so to try to get that information, and then if I do, of course, I will share it with the neighborhood. Did anybody else want to add something to that?
Well, I think it's kind of tacky they didn't come to follow up, but that's kind of par for the course. The person from that was going to represent the Kelly Hotel was Melinda Sellers with Burr and Foreman.
Okay, I see.
And just so everyone knows, they actually appeared about 35, 40, well, almost an hour or so now ago at the Public Safety Committee meeting of the City Council, asking for approval of their liquor license, and were approved despite the fact that they had not appeared before the neighborhood. I pointed that out to Counselor Williams, who's the chairman of the public safety, and just told him I thought it was, not a good thing that they would act on that.
Right. Yeah, I've seen like people think it's a rubber stamp or whatever through the neighborhood, but I've seen the businesses try to come down here and then go through the neighborhood and get shut down like in a month or so. So I think we definitely need to continue to talk to Hunter or Counselor Williams to let him know we're not happy with that. I'll reach out to him and to let him know that we requested information from them. They called like the day before the meeting and they didn't send the information. So, feel free to voice your concerns as well so that we can be on one accord. But of course, we're not against it, but we just like the process to be followed the right way so that, of course, we feel like we are included with people or businesses that's going to be moving into our neighborhoods. Sherry, do you have I see your hand up.
Yeah, I was just wondering what was the location of that?
The Kelly Hotel, it's the old Commerce Center where the Chamber of Commerce was on First Avenue.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Lou.
All right, thank you. Any more, anything else before we move on? Now, we had a business who was asked for our approval for his business, and we asked certain questions, and I'll be honest, I didn't go back and look at the recording, but I think there was a situation where someone said that they're going to do something, but they did the opposite. So Mike Perez thought it would be a good idea to have a good faith, I just call it a good faith survey, approval of questions. So before we approve anything, we send this survey out to the business owner. Then they answer the questions, and then we can have something on file if something comes up in the future where we have an issue or a problem. I'm not sure. Did everybody have an opportunity to look at it? It's just a real simple questionnaire. I was going to, share it to see if anybody had anything else that they would like to add to it. So at this time, I'm going to pull it up real quick, but at this time, if you have anything that you want to add to the questionnaire, we can do it now. I'm going to pull it up here sooner or later.
Well, you want me just to read what you have?
Yeah, that's fine. And keep in mind, it's very basic now. My feelings are not hurt if you don't like it or if you want to change something. So yeah, Lou, if you would, I'm going to put it up on my end too.
All right, first ask if the applicant's a Central City resident. I mean, we've got several of our restaurants and bars down here where the owners are our neighbors. So that makes a big difference, I think. Then it asks for the owner's name and phone number and email address, the name of the business, obviously, and where it's going to be located, and what type of business it is, whether it'll be serving food, liquor, if there will be outside seating, have smoking such as cigars or hookahs or vapes, etc. And then it asks if they will promise to be a good neighbor and address any issues that may arise. And I can't imagine anybody saying no, but that's the question.
It's on file, right? Is there, like, then I also have closing remarks, but like I say, if there, I mean, this is just us just doing what we need to do, or, just having an additional way to report issues if we have any issues, so that we can have it on file and have something to go, to city council, wherever we need to go. And I think it's a pretty good questionnaire. But again, if there's something that you all want to add or take away, I'm all for it. Like I said, I just pretty much just thought of some questions, and I know Mike and a few other people thought it was a good idea.
James, I have,
Please mute whoever. Let me try. I think I see who it is. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay.
James, I had a couple of thoughts. One is, I would like to see I think it's Mark Slade, that every time he unmutes, I hear that noise.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the question about outdoor seating as a separate question, not combined with the other group of things that you have in there.
Okay.
'Cause that's what the issue was before with the bar on First Avenue, where I swear I remember that they said they would not have outdoor seating, and now they've got virtually the whole sidewalk as outdoor seating.
Okay. All right. Any other anything else?
The only other thing is, what are they asking us to approve?
Right.
That's not in there.
Okay.
This is Melinda Sellers. I don't know if you all can see me. I'm so sorry. I'm running late. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
This is this, I'm so sorry. I'm late. Is this the Kelly Hotel matter that y'all are discussing?
Well, we pretty much talked about the Kelly Hotel matter, but we're just talking about a document that that we're going to send to a business who is requesting approval from the Central City Neighborhood Association, just to have it on file. But Kelly Hotel was the previous discussion. Yes.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Is there any information? I'll be quiet and let y'all go on. I just wanted to let you know I'm here representing them, and I apologize for being late.
Okay, well, I do want to say, yeah, we probably won't. Well, I'm pretty sure we won't vote on it tonight, but I am open, and I think the neighborhood is kind of open to listening to what you have going on, or like, what are your plans? Do you have anything additional to share with us? That's pretty much what we base our votes on, of course.
Sure, I'll be glad to wait my turn. I didn't mean to interject. I thought that was this matter. Y'all just let me know when you're ready for me.
No, you can go ahead now. That's fine. You can go ahead now. That's fine.
Okay, my name is Melinda Sellers, and I am an attorney with Burr & Forman, and I am somewhat familiar with the Kelly Hotel project. This has kind of been a little bit of a last minute for me, so I'll answer the questions that I can, and I'll be happy to report back with any that I can't. This is a redevelopment of the Commerce Building on First Avenue, 2027, and they are seeking a 160 license, a retail liquor license, to allow them to have a restaurant within the hotel, and then also to have some other kind of satellite bar locations within the hotel. And I believe they are about 20 days approximately from being ready to open. So they're excited to bring some life into that area. And I owe you guys some pictures, but if anybody wants to walk by or take a glance in, I understand they have a TCO at this time, but not a permanent CO.
Well, I mean, via the email, those were my questions, but I just open it up to the floor, to the neighbors to see if they have anything. I think I saw, what's that?
Donna,
okay, yes. Donna, please.
unmute.
I'm trying, thanks, Lou. Yeah, I have a question. So now, hey, Melinda, This is Donna Whitlock. You did our HOA for 1921, the Hardin Building. Anyway,
Yes, hey, Donna, good to see you.
I have a question. Is that they've already got granted this from, for their liquor license? Is that right?
No, ma'am, they're in the process of seeking a liquor license, and this is just one step in that process.
Well, actually, I'm not sure if it was you, but somebody appeared before the council's public safety committee an hour or so ago, and they were approved for the consent agenda for the next council meeting, which is kind of backwards because the protocol is that an applicant comes to the neighborhood first.
Yes, sir.
And based on that recommendation or not, they then go to public safety, and then public safety votes on it and sends it as a recommendation or not to the full council. So
Yes, sir. You are correct about the steps, and I do believe they have. I was not the one at the public safety meeting. I believe one of the principals of the company was there. But you are correct that they appeared this afternoon, and we're trying to seek approval from public safety, pending any objections from the neighborhood. I think we told public safety we would certainly report back if there was any objection from the neighborhood on the license. So
there was no mention of any contact with the neighborhood before or after or anything else. I mean, just as a matter of protocol, that's
out of order. Yeah, it's not in the correct order. I don't know exactly what the delay was or why this process wasn't started a little bit sooner. So I apologize for that. But they, Donna, to answer your question, the public safety, and then there's neighborhood, and then they go to city council, and then they apply to the state. So they don't have a liquor license issued yet. They're walking through that process right now.
I was just asking because we've had, because you're not living down here, I don't think, but the restaurants and the bars and things are growing rapidly, which we're very, very happy about. Nobody's complaining about that, and we're very excited about the hotel. It's just that a few applicants have come before us and promised us this and that was to get the approval, to get the license, and then they have done nothing that they said they would. So it appears if somebody comes in and jumps on the horse before putting the saddle on, then I'm kind of feeling like, what's next? Are they just totally going to ignore the neighborhood? Because we are a neighborhood that is very, very strong, and we want to be recognized by the businesses just like we recognize them and welcome them with open arms. We're just trying to make sure that everybody follows protocol so this doesn't blow up anybody's face.
Absolutely, Donna. I think that's a very legitimate concern. And I'll be honest with you, this applicant, they are also the owner of the Redmont Hotel. And if I'm just being really candid, I think this just slipped in the process of redeveloping that Commerce building. I think this just slipped somebody's agenda. And so we are, for lack of a better way to put it, I believe that I think it's safe for me to say I'm here asking forgiveness that we're having to rush this through, but you don't have an out-of-state applicant. You don't have someone just coming into your neighborhood that's not already a part of your neighborhood. If that gives you any comfort, they are an existing applicant in that I'm not an existing applicant, an existing neighbor in that they are part of the Redmont Hotel, and this is just their newest development. So
Linda, can you hear me?
Yes.
Linda, I joined, and I apologize to everyone. I joined. I'm the culprit that went to public safety, and apologize for joining the call late. Didn't get my information correct. And let me say first and foremost, I'm sorry. And the reason that we're out of order and we did it the way we did is because my team absolutely dropped the ball, and Melinda is trying to assist us in cleaning up. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that anybody would have right now.
Well, I don't have any questions. Like I said, it's just pretty much, I would like to get the questionnaire answered. But my responsibility, of course, is to facilitate the meeting And like if we vote on anything, you know, it has to be on a motion from, oh, I do see Sherry, you have your hand up? Or no? Okay. You're on mute, Sherry, if you're speaking.
Sorry, James. I was just gonna say, since they are, already part of our neighborhood and we don't typically have problems with the hotel restaurants and bars. I would not be opposed to voting on it tonight if they're under, a time crunch. So that's just my 2 cents worth.
Gary, I greatly appreciate you saying that, because as their attorney and having to go to the state and having to go before the city council, if any of you are inclined to vote in favor of them and support them tonight, that would go a long way for us. Thank you for that.
Hey, James, in full disclosure, Jim Lewis and I have been friends for a lot longer than either one of us want to admit. I'm
not admitting that at all.
I wouldn't either. I actually know Jim's family, and I knew his dad, and have worked, tried to help, in a lot of cases where their family has been involved. They do quality projects. Being a former neighborhood president, like Lou was a former neighborhood president, we never wanted to allow people to come at the last minute and move these items through. But in this case, James has been an excellent neighbor down at the Redmont, and his development along Magnolia Park with his office tower there. And again, I mean, I think we're going to, whether it's this week or whether it's next month, we're going to give him our approval. And, again, I go back to, Lou and I and others have been involved in the neighborhood associations for a long time. And this is just something we don't really like to do. But in this case, with James' reputation and everything, I would be very comfortable in voting this up tonight, or up or down, up or down.
All right, thank you for sharing that. Anybody else?
Is that a motion, Don?
Yes, Lou, I'd make a motion that we approve the liquor license for the Kelly Hotel, contingent or maybe a queue condition of getting the questionnaire that we've prepared filled out. I don't think James or his attorney, either one, would be objecting to, filling that out. It's a very simple questionnaire, and it just helps us have something on record, as James has stated previously. So I would make a motion that we allow this vote to take place and that we approve this liquor license with the condition that they fill out our questionnaire.
I'll second that motion. This is Sherry.
All right. Do we have anybody opposed to that? Okay. Anybody opposed? All right. So it seems like it passes. Melinda and Jim. I always get this because you go by Jim or James.
More Jim.
Okay. All right.
Cousin Ed occasionally.
Okay. All right. Well, I thank you for jumping on the call so late and everything. I didn't mean to sound hostile or anything like that. It just, we have, like you said, protocol, and we try to follow it here. So that's all.
Not at all.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Moving along, it's 7:10. I just have a few updates or just some announcement. Of course, we know next Tuesday, a week from today, August 24th is, voting for our mayor, our city council, and our school board. So just make sure you exercise, your right to go out and vote. Usually, hopefully the turnout won't be low, but usually it is. And so just make sure you grab somebody and take to the polls. So next Tuesday, a week from today, your mayor, city council, and your school board are going to be on the ballot. So make sure you go out and vote. Most people downtown, you're going to be at the courthouse. I think that's pretty much everybody. So if you don't know where you're registered to vote, you can always reach out to me. But I think there's a website. What is it? Is it alabamavotes.org or something like that? You can find that information out, I think. But I had some additional updates. Coffee with the Cop, we know about that. And there was another email that someone shared with me today, which I am terrible because I can't find it. But it was just some of the events that's going on. Don, do you have anything? I hate to put you on the spot. Do you know anything that's in the city? Okay.
And Rob mentioned, but Eating the Streets on 20th Street will be August 27, 28, Friday and Saturday. And then of course, Zaza and Paramount come back on Sunday and do it again. Probably the biggest event that's coming downtown other than Sidewalk is Art Crawl will be on the weekend of September the 10th and 11th. And it will come to 20th Street for the first time. A lot of buildings on 20th Street are allowing them to use inside space. And of course, we'll do like we've done for Eating the Streets and have artists in the streets in the 100 and 200 block of 20th Street. And that'll be September 10 and 11.
Thank you. Thank you. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that. I'm actually on the on the board, but we had a meeting tonight that I of course missed because of you know, this meeting. But thank you for sharing that. I didn't want to mention it too much because of the meeting tonight, but can everybody see my screen? This is what I was intending to share. It should say block party. Can everybody see that? All right, okay. So I just got this late today. So block party, what is this? Woodlawn, Saturday, August 21st from 4 to 7. I'm not sure what's going on with the block party. I'm thinking it's just a party. Okay, I know it's time is running short. Okay, this next one. Okay, District 4 forum moderation. Moderator was August. I guess that's going to be at the block party. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So it's going to be live music in Woodlawn. So Saturday, August 21st, 5526 First Avenue South from 4 to 7 in Woodlawn. So if you have an opportunity, it's District 4 Candidate Forum. So if you have, of course, we're District 5, but if you know anybody in that area, just want to attend, please be sure to share this information. Okay. All right. It is 7:13. I think it's time to wrap it up. Is there anything else anybody would like to share before we wrap up? All right. So I will get this good faith survey updated per the discussion tonight, and then I send it over to Kelly Hotel, and then hopefully we can get that in our file by the end of the week or tomorrow. If there's nothing else, I want to thank everybody for joining the meeting. And remember, August 24th, your mayor, your city council, and your school board. So please go out and vote, and I will. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm so sorry, James. I put it in the chat, but you know, there's been discussion all summer about the 2nd Avenue ramp and not getting cut and all that. Mm-hmm. And even though that's state property, and but thanks to McCorkadale transfer, that ramp has been cut 4 times in the last 6 weeks. And Bart McCorkadale and his crew are out there every other week mowing, and it looks so much better.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right about that. All right. Well, thank you for that update, and I appreciate you sharing. All right. If that is all, I want to thank everybody for joining the meeting. I will hopefully see you before the next meeting, but if not, be safe and see you soon. Okay. Thank y'all. Talk to y'all soon.